Sorry. So finally it's my turn. I'm waiting for a long time. I'm very excited. Okay. So I'm a geek, I'm a gamer, and Zitong, you're not alone. Okay. Okay. So before I begin, so what is space? Space to me is we need continuous effort to achieve an environment so that you can express yourself, so you can get what you want, you can learn, you can express, imagine, and act. So one thing that's analogous in the internet community would be the open source movement. Who of you is aware of the open source movement? Anyone? Raise your hand. Okay, if you don't understand, it means like free software. So you're using like Mozilla Firefox, stuff like that. So I'm really proud of it. Okay, so I've seen many groups and I'm really impressed because they have integrated like Prezi. I see someone using Prezi for their presentation, and it's really creative and innovative. And I think social media and games, or I would say PIS 3.0. So what's the missing ingredient over there? Okay, the last part is you. Okay, so it's 3.0. Social media, game, and you. So it's really important for you to engage in the process together. Okay, so we'll proceed to the expectations. Okay, so we don't really have much time today, and in the spirit of democracy, I'll allow any one of you to raise up a hand if I'm going too fast, or if you're unclear of anything else, okay? So, first thing is, the target, the outline of the whole presentation will be such that first, we'll present problems, then we'll move on to the solutions and some case studies. Okay, so moving on. So, yeah, this is my hope for today, avoid death by PowerPoint. Because I really hate it, yeah, long boring text and all that. So hope today I can achieve that goal. That's my first action plan for today. Okay? Okay, moving on. Okay, so why should we care? Because it affects each part of our life. I mean, economically, socially, you know. Maybe you think it doesn't affect you, but someday it would. I mean, if your neighbor, the country, something happened to them, flood or anything, somehow it has some effect to you. So you should really care. So it is now or never. You know, it's not too late. It's not about future, not about past. We should think about present, now, the spirit of now. Okay. Moving on is fun and not boring, and I'll prove to you that because using ICT for peace building is really interesting and it's not boring. Okay. Continue. So who knows who's this guy? Anyone? Yeah, Martin. That's technical error. Okay, Martin Niemöller, not Niemöller. Now I found the pronunciations. It's German. Okay, so he wrote his speak about first they came and the poem. So what happens when you do nothing? If we just leave it, let them trash everything. We trash it. What we love. Okay, so just think about it and reflect. Okay, so moving on. So youth and peace building. So why they don't come together? Why do youth like me and him, we don't really engage in peace building? This is my first time, I would say, and I'm really curious because I'm interested in how's the process going on. Is it boring? I don't think it's boring. Moving on. Yeah, taking the first step is really hard, I guess. So coming to the conference, I think everyone took their first step, and it's really important. Okay. The lack of skills and the kitchen fire. If you don't have the skills, then accident will happen. Then, okay, moving on. So, yeah, all these three elements that I talked about just now is boring, lack of skills, initiative, because it's all in this book, Drive by Daniel Pink. What motivates us is, okay, three things. First, autonomy, mastery, and purpose. So using social media and game, I'm going to integrate these three elements into youth. So they'll be energized and they'll like to engage because they are motivated by the intrinsic goal, not by external goal. That's really crucial. Okay, moving on. Okay, what's our solution? First, we have, again, next, our, PIS 3.0. That's our solution. Okay? Okay, you? Okay, the first step, social media. Okay, so people have Facebook, so it's really abundant. So why should we care? In a minute, you'll see a slide about the population of the internet. Okay, this is definition. So it's just why there's an umbrella there, you might wonder. Because social media is an umbrella term, there are many things under social media. So it's activities that actually integrates technology and social interaction. We want dialogue, not monologue. Not one guy talking to himself. We want one guy talking to many people, like in this room. Okay? Continue. So why should we care? 2/3 of the internet population, I don't have statistics, but I think it's quite useful here. 2/3 of the internet population. Who can guess what's our internet population? Quick guess? Huh?
4 billion.
6 million.
It's around 6.9 billion. That's approximately the population of the Earth. It's like everyone on Earth, they have a social account. Or maybe one guy got 5 accounts, we don't know. Okay? So 2/3 of it is 4.6 billion, which is exactly the age of the Earth. Yes. 4.6 billion? That's the age of the Earth. So something meaningful to the statistics, I guess. Moving on. So Facebook. If Facebook were a country, it's the 3rd most populated country after China and India. So that's approximately 400 million of people. So why shouldn't we explore it? I mean, it's a platform, you know. We should be prioritizing our peace building activity, you know. Find the most abundant group, you know, they're just a country, you know, you can just assess them. Okay, 400 million over there. Okay, moving on. So these are the pros that I found in social media. First, dialogue versus monologue. When you have interaction, you have idea, you have sharing, you know, you're inspired. Second thing, loyalty building. If peace building, in my opinion, shouldn't be boring, should think like a company, an entrepreneur. We should follow ICT, use it in a way to promote our brand, which is peace. Loyalty building, we build our loyalty. Second, collaboration. Collaboration is important. Sharing of resources. So we don't want like one guy doing waste management, the other guy doing animal cruelty, then we have people doing environmental. So we have to mix all these people together. Like what the biologists and the scientists are doing. They have this genetic bank. Everyone can just go there, okay? I can just download the human genome. See, it's so easy. So my plan is we have a platform where everyone can share their details, their data, and network is king. Okay? Networking, you know, you want to get fundraising using crowdfunding, crowdsourcing. It's coming up in the Web 2.0. Okay, moving on. So the case study, social media exchange. I did a research yesterday, and social media exchange, actually I found a lot of resources that teach you how to use blog, wiki, projects to actually get the people together. Okay, moving on. I think we're running out of time. Then we have ICT for Peace, another very good information you can learn about. And second solution is game, but we're not done yet, is serious game. Serious game, okay? So let's elaborate more on what Zidong has talked about and what Dwight has talked about online solutions and games. Okay. Do you know that according to Herodotus, game, the first game ever invented, a dice game in the kingdom of Lydia. So what the ruler did is very, I would say creative, because they are having famine at the time, okay, famine. We don't know if it's a real tale or not. Having famine, so one day they'll play dice game, the whole population of people will play game, and they won't eat. The next day they'll eat, next day they'll play, the next day they'll eat. Then they managed to survive 2 years with limited sources of food. So it's really an inspiration. So serious game, the definition is not only entertaining, and the important word is real world event simulation. And Mario is a peaceful game. Okay, moving on. So this is Jane from TED.com. I like to watch TED. I'm a supporter. So Jane was talking about game creates a battle world. So the 2 points is extreme optimism, extreme social interaction. So we know about social interaction. What about optimism? Optimism is really important because you feel a positive feeling towards the project. Moving on, blissful productivity. When you're doing something like games, you know, it's rewarding. You don't feel sleepy. Maybe some of you are feeling sleepy because it's boring. Okay, but blissful productivity is very important. Epic meaning, you know, when you're winning a game, oh, it's epic. So we have an objective of peace building. So the epic, we need a meaning for that peace building. It's really crucial. Okay, case study. Zafar is dying. So just give you a brief talk about it. It's a flash game. So what they do is they do a simulation. If you are you're in this refugee camp, how are you gonna manage it? How are you gonna prevent a militant attack? So it's important for many countries, but also for Malaysians, I guess, because it's important for the awareness is there. We are not always safe. I think someday that might happen to us. Moving on. the people power. You learn about non-violent strategies. You know, you're a leader, but you can't use violence. That's the cool part. You know, how to protest, how to actually fight without using violence. That's important. Moving on, this is a project by the United States Institute of Peace. It's called Acrona. They develop this training to people of many states. They actually practice this strategic economic needs and security exercise. So now they really like this because it should match resources. I think peace building is sometimes costly, but using ICT is actually cheaper, I think, because it's free. And managing your resources is crucial. You know how to prioritize your needs and all that. Moving on, we have Evoke and Superstruct. They have to solve critical problems, like, let's say, it's like the graphical novels, okay? You go in there, they have water crises, they have malnutrition, they have AIDS, every issue that each of us in this room is tackling about, and they are sharing with them. There are three principles that I think is crucial to the action plan, is learn, imagine, and act. They learn about problems, they imagine what they can do, and they act. They have active monitoring, so they know the progress of each player and what they are doing. Okay, moving on. So that's the whole recap. Social media provides interaction, and I would say game provides stimulation. And the last quote, I really like this. What great things would you attempt if you knew you could never fail, by Robert Schuller. And as I promised, I want to show you something that each peace ambassador is going to use. It's going to be useful. It's a software. I think you're going to love this. It's called Gapminder. Any one of you heard of it? Is to use animations for statistics. So what I'm doing here is I'm comparing India and China in terms of literacy rate versus their GDP. So what I did is I just press the play button. You can see every country, you know, moving, you know, statistics not boring anymore. Each of us can just use this for AIDS, because you have many categories you can choose from. To the left hand side, the vertical axis, you choose, you have economy, you have education, you have energy, electricity is free. So open source for the win. And I'd like to thank my friends and Joel over here. Thank you.